Okay, so here's another. It's been a while. It's since I made my first video. I want to make something else. This came to me on my desk today, and I really wanted to rip this apart. I've only gone maybe 45 seconds, and that's already basically majority of the video because this is only it's like a 2-minute long commercial for Gillette. Commercial. I don't really know what this would be considered. Like Gillette, it's like an overpriced. First of all, let's talk about Gillette. Because Gillette is not a shaving company. It's not a hygiene company. They're sort of money movers, typically in sports, right? They would move money from their sales to, they're kind of like the Starbucks, right? If you think of Starbucks as a coffee company, you're not looking hard enough. Starbucks functions a lot better as a real estate company, right? And Gillette's kind of like that. They're sort of this sort of sports culture brand kind of thing. They're a sports icon, right? Their whole point is not, and this is more meta. This is and I understand if you don't get onto this, but I do believe that, and we live in a world of icons, right? And that there's only one true icon, and that's God. Okay, capital G, motherfucker. Apologize if that caused you to cringe. And you have companies like Gillette, they don't want to make money. Money is going to come and go. They want to be an icon. The whole point is to be an icon. Nike, Coca-Cola, these people are not necessarily... So Gillette is not a company that wants to sell a certain product. They are a icon. They are a group of people that want an icon that wants to be ubiquitous. Excuse me. Anyways, that's how I wanted to really break this out, because I'm going to try my very best to not be... to not give a cliched argument, this is the left, this is this, right? As much as I want to say, blame everything on grimy, shit-brained leftists, okay, I'm going to refrain from using that gross and divisive terminology. I might maybe say Machiavellian metropolitan types, but, that's a very specific thing, right? Anyways, that's enough of that. So let's watch this commercial. Apologies in advance for audio.
The Me Too movement against sexual harassment.
Masculinity.
Okay, so very lazy, because you're thinking like it's gonna be all these different voices coming in, flooding your ears. That's the 3 things they could have. Let me just.
Is this the best a man
can?
can?
So that's the only thing, right? The only 3 fucking just hashtags, basically.
Bullying.
The Me Too movement against sexual harassment.
Okay, so bullying, the Me Too movement, toxic masculinity. Okay, so anyways, this is a beautiful piece to look at and understand what's going on, like a way of to use Owen Benjamin, a great comedian, one of his phrase, the concept of wizardry. It is insane to see this sort of conjuring of words. Now, this already to me, it's like they've run out of their cards, because in a shot like this. You'll have the guys looking in the mirror, toxic masculinity, this, that. There should have been like 7 to 10 blurbs to really just jog your fucking senses. That's what it typically does. This is how they typically do this kind of scene. They flood you with all these 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 letter phrases to kind of get you to know where we're going with this. All they could come up with, I don't know why, they have bullying, toxic masculinity, and the Me Too movement. The Me Too movement, okay, look, Me Too movement, that's a fucking bag of worms. If I'm going to go into that, plenty of other people have already gone into that, okay? Toxic masculinity. Well, let's talk about bullying real quick. Bullying is an odd thing to pin on men. This harkens back to sort of things like manspreading or mansplaining, this weird cultural push, or this weird push. I'm not going to say cultural, because you'd be surprised how small the group of people that is pushing this stuff actually is. Now, the amount of people who, unfortunately, the gamma males or the shapeshifters, the people who are talentless or shallow husks who want to just kind of get by and make sure nobody scrutinizes them, there's a lot of people who are gonna eat this up, right? But you'd be surprised as to how small the group of people who's peddling this crap really is. Granted, it seems like a lot. You go on Twitter, all the verified check marks, it's like an army of assholes. Anyways, where was I going with this? Again, I apologize for the tangents. One guy commented on my last video saying I should stay away from coffee because it could really fuck with your adrenal glands. And so now I'm drinking tea. So I want to thank that gentleman or gentlewoman, since we're on the topic of toxic masculinity. So anyways, there's this weird bad tangent. Goodness gracious. There's this weird push to sort of brand or rebrand or reframe these socially unacceptable or socially questionable situations as male things, right? Man-spreading, for example. I'm not sure if this mentions that. If they did, that's an extra notch in the noose. I mean, these people are already out of touch for using the phrase toxic masculinity unironically. Anyways, man-spreading, for example. I do not see... I don't go in public transportation very much, right? But when I'd be out and about urban areas on the East Coast, I see more often, okay, men and women, but more often women with their purse, their groceries stacked up in a line, okay? And some of those times, not a lot, because I don't think, well, anyways, I'm not going to go into that, but because I have all these thoughts about if you have a whole bunch of people living on top of each other, everybody only cares about themselves. They think everybody should get, fuck themselves, right? So the concept of, you have these persons stacking up groceries in a line, right? And more often, sometimes there'd be people who need to sit down. They need to sit down, right? But it's like, fuck you, I got here first. I'm going to put my groceries here, right? I see that done more by women, right? Okay, because culturally, maybe they're the ones doing the grocery shopping. They're the ones with the purse. They have a purse. Sometimes they have two purses, right? Anyways, do I want to now create this movement to ban that? No. This is something that if you're an adult, you iron this out with your words. If it gets heated, that's part of life, okay? If it gets heated, that's part of life. But it does not need a cultural thing. Okay, so anyways, man-spreading, right? The male counterpart, right? You have your nuts, your member, okay? Your meat and two veg, all right? I like to call mine's the truth because most can't handle the truth. Anyways, like the minor spread. I've seen these BuzzFeed videos long time ago, right? Like a tiny fucking spread. You think if you walk up to this person, hey, can I sit here real quick? Oh, yeah, sure. Most people would, especially if, okay? Use your words. They don't use their words. They need, that's the best they can do. If that didn't happen, they wouldn't have a fucking video to make on manspreading, okay? Anyways, where am I? I'm 8 minutes in already. Anyways, by the way, I've been drinking a lot of tea lately. I don't know if I mentioned that, but even though I ditched coffee, drinking a lot of tea, hopefully the gentleman from the last comment will tell me, hey, this is better for your adrenal glands, so he'll give me that information. He's my adrenal gland correspondent. Anyways, the rebranding. So, anyways, you have this questionable thing, rude, right? Rudeness. You rebrand it as a male thing, right? Mansplaining, for example. You know what mansplaining is? Okay? It's being condescending. Being condescending, talking down to people, having this sort of snobby attitude. Being condescending, okay? But they rebrand it as a male thing. Something that only or a majority is committed by males, right? And then you say, well, what about, you can give them, when you're new to this argument, your knee-jerk is like, what? I thought we were all about equality. So you're going to say, well, what about women who do this? Well, historically, they're it's coming at them, so it's only right for them to do it to others. At the same time, when others do it, it's like it's illegal or it's banned. Or mansplaining is such a weird, anecdotal thing to create a cultural movement on. It's again, use your words. Use your words. Anyways, we're gonna get into that because there's a part. Anyways, and then the Me Too movement. Look, look. Rape is bad, okay? Here's the thing. If I don't like Hollywood. I kind of liked that Hollywood, Tinseltown got ripped apart. People like Harvey Weinstein got, they're obviously going to get off easy, right? Because this was a movement This was a stink that was raised by some disgruntled actors and actresses that was hijacked by the greater power. That is why we talk more about an actor or an actress using their body to make it in that industry, right? Consensually, and then having remorse about it when it's just expedient for them politically or culturally, right? That was that. And again, you want to talk, that's scummy. It's a whole scummy thing, right? To use your power, it's scummy. I'm not going to argue that it's not a bad thing that we can't use our words to condemn. Anyways, but that became the centerpiece and the only centerpiece. We don't talk about rape. We don't talk about the child pedophilia in Hollywood. No, you're a conspiracy theorist. You're a conspiracy theorist if you talk about that. It's only been true literally every single time these fucking people have gotten outed. Shit's stinky, man. I gotta tell you. We're gonna get into that some other time. Plenty of people have already gone to it. Anyways, God, it's fucking 11 minutes and we haven't even gotten past 5 seconds. This is a problem, and if you want to leave a dislike because of that flaw, I totally understand. We're gonna go right into it.
Masculinity.
Is this the best a man can get?
I'm gonna try not to rage. We got bullying, right?
Is it?
Hazing, which hazing rituals are a masculine thing, right? But they're not bad. It's the context and it's the specific thing, right? If you ought to raise, like, it's funny, these people want you to raise these people. These people are posturing as people who would want you to raise your son to be a gamma male, not a beta male. It's okay. Again, another Owen Benjaminism, getting into the nits, the grits, the weeds about the difference between a beta male, alpha male, gamma male. These people who are posturing as people who want your son to be essentially a soy boy cuck. We're going to use the colloquial terms that I don't necessarily think are, anyways, not, that doesn't get my point across fully, but it'll suffice. When you should be raising your son to, if you walk into a group of people, okay, and they have a hazing ritual, they have a ritual for you, a coming to manhood ritual, right? Okay, what is it? You need to do something embarrassing, or you need to, you need to do these certain things. You need to go around wearing a chicken suit, right? If you don't want to do it, do not do it. Okay? If they want you to do something that is against your conviction, which I think a lot of this stuff, secret societies, fraternities, I think these are grooming men to become more drawn towards secret society, to Freemasonry, things like that. Nothing wrong, absolutely nothing wrong with clubs of men who want, that's the funny thing about safe spaces. You want to have your own space that's safe from nagging women? That's fine. If you're a woman who wants a safe space from low IQ thinkers who don't know anything about Pride and Prejudice or whatever book you guys are reading in your book club, that's fine. I have no problem with, spaces or close-knit groups. I'm not trying to, but where was I going with this? Fuck. Hazing rituals.
We can't hide from it.
Tangents. Anyways, hazing rituals can be bad. They can be bad, and they're done typically, the fraternity, right? It's the stereotypically a fraternity thing. How often does it actually happen? I have no fucking clue, and I don't think it happens as often as possible. If you want to find examples of truly disgusting hazing rituals, I say simply look at the colleges that the people who made this video went to. Just saying. Yale, whatnot, anyways. Skull and Bones, that sort of jazz. I was going to say jizz, but it's like jizz to make like a play on terms, so that's kind of gross.
Is taking over.
It's been going on far too long. We can't laugh it off.
Again, okay, so this pisses me off. I was fueled right now. Makes me so mad. You have the elites who control all your flipping media, right? And, not all of it, but a good majority, right? They want to pump you. Absolutely pump your senses with false icons. Sex, stimulation, and then your son is just completely fucking bamboozled. They want that 1-2 punch. They want your son and your daughter. They want your son to have a sunken, dark, gloomy way of looking at love and sex and relationships. They want your daughter to have a dark, sunken self-image and way of looking at men. They want that. They garner that. And when the seeds are sowed, and when we live in a world that is sexually backwards, that's the man's fault, apparently. Now, don't get me wrong. You have agency. You have a duty to your children, okay? I'm not saying we're taking away the agency from the parents who don't get involved, right? But it sucks now because now you got to be so involved to the point where they're homeschooled, no television, no Mickey Mouse, nothing, because you don't know what's tainted. Anyways, but we don't take away the agency. I'm just saying it makes me extremely mad at the wizardry that's done. I love that word wizardry, by the way. I have to give a big ups to Owen Benjamin for that terminology. The wizardry being done, the mass media conglomerate, okay, creates this problem, okay, and then it is a specifically masculine thing. Anyways, I mean, that's why they need examples like a music video and a TV show, which...
Who's the daddy?
What I actually think she's trying to say.
Okay. First of all, what if what she said was fucking stupid? I'm kind of a feminist myself. I think, just because a woman says something, you shouldn't be like, hey, we gotta consider it even more because no, I'm all about equality in this case specifically, right? I'm just totally being being facetious. I'm just saying, but it's like it's specifically the act of being a what do you say in that scenario? Your coworker or your underling says something that wasn't what you're trying to say. No, not exactly. Or now what I was trying to say is, right? Is that mansplaining? Should that be illegal? Is that toxic masculinity? No, but what you need to do is make it like, of course, blonde hair, white, looks like he's coming straight out of fucking American Psycho. Stacy, you stupid fucking bitch. What I was trying to say is, like, you're clearly framing this to and again, being a condescending cunt is not a male thing. It happens. Do you think that this is something that men just do? Okay, a CEO, a fucking CEO, a person who spends 100 hours a week, deeply sociopathic, literally a tiny margin of the actual fucking society. And you're using these stereotypes that come out of this sociopathic, because this isn't a business, this isn't an entrepreneur, this is a CEO, this is like a fucking esoterically, an esoteric part of the fucking economy, okay? You're using stereotypes that you pull, and some of it is fabricated out of this trope of the CEO, and you slam it onto men. That is them. That is them. It just makes me mad. Obviously, for selfish reasons, because that doesn't apply to me. I treat people with respect. But Gillette here is trying to fucking tell everybody, hey, that's not true. Yeah, that guy at your work with the beard, without the mustache, yeah, he's actually he's mansplaining to you. He's mansplaining to you when he talks to you as friendly.
Making the same old excuses.
Stupid.
Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys.
But something finally changed.
Oh, wow. Anna Kasparian. There's a lot of things I could say about Anna Kasparian as an Armenian man myself. But, and just the people she associates with. I'm not going to go into that because I'm not going to be politically divisive today. Because I'm doing good. It just makes for good comedy. Restraint. Anyways, strategic restraint. The boys will be boys thing. So is roughhousing? I mean, you're going to teach your boy, hey, don't punch people for no fucking reason, right? And you can teach your, and I wouldn't teach my son about fighting words. I think fighting words is something that it's like you need to understand the nuances of non-aggression, right? Stand your ground, and if somebody punches you, you punch him twice as hard. Eye for an eye is completely bullshit, right? You want to fucking take that guy's head off before he even gets to your eyebrow. Okay, that's fine. That's totally fine, right? Roughhousing isn't, it's not bad. Roughhousing. I wish I've gotten to all the fights. I'm gonna tell you this right now. All the fights. I'm surprised I'm not a gamma male. Look at this head. Look at this head and look at this voice. I'm 5'5". I'm surprised I'm not a fucking gamma male. Could have been one, honestly. If life has to keep punching you in the gut to tell you stop being a pussy. Essentially, be a man. All right? Anyways, I'm going into all sorts of tangents. Rough housing isn't bad. This whole boys will be boys bullshit. It's like a weird fucking, it's boys will be boys. Hey, your son took a shit in a bag and he lit a fire. Okay, I'll discipline him. No, but we need to do something. Like, oh, trust me, we're going to discipline him. That's not right, right? He's old enough. He should know that's not a good thing, right? No, but look, dude. Boys are going to be boys. They're going to make these mistakes, okay? I'm extremely. What do you want? A fucking gift basket? Do you want a gift basket because my son shit in a bag and lit it on fire and put it on your porch? Okay, you want a gift basket? I'll give you a gift basket. But you want to what? You want to? I think your son's a sociopath. No, he's a boy. And boys, there's this old Louis C.K. adage, the fucking chronic masturbator, right? Right? Boys fuck things up. Boys fuck things up. Girls are fucked up, right? So boys are like Tasmanian devils. You tame them, but you don't tame their masculinity. Anyways, one of my best friends will disagree with everything I'm saying right now, so I am not. Anyways.
Allegations regarding sexual assault and sexual harassment.
But she says
and let me tell you something. Sexual harassment. I hate that. Wizardry. Bullshit. I don't need to fucking tell you, the bad and the good, okay? That's obviously bad, right? Harassing someone sexually. I need to stand here and make that preface. I shouldn't have to. And me saying, it's the wizardry's already sunk in, unfortunately. I'll keep going.
And there will be no going back. Because we believe in the best in men.
Men need to hold other men accountable.
Smile, sweetie. Come on.
To say the
What do you... Wait, we need to teach men to hold other men accountable. But I thought masculinity was toxic. But I thought, who do you think is going to hold other men accountable? Who do you think? Your fucking English professor? You think some fucking asshole with a voice like mine's, a height like mine's, a fucking head the shape of mine's is going to do that? I mean, I would because I've got conviction, because I was saved. But do you think some Will Wheaton's going to fucking do that? No! The police are going to do that. Men are going to do that. I'm slamming my head. I'm not angry. I'm like, this is like the hook and sinker. This is an easy target. This is practice. This is sparring. Okay? We need a whole... That's what masculinity is. Dumb shit. Not calling Terry Crews a dumb shit. I really like him. I think they just took his thing, they skewed it and made wizardry and said, wagging your finger, fucking finger wagging just gets to me. Anyways, absolutely anyways. This does not happen in this context. Typically what happens is you have this the whole, hey, lady, smile a bit. That's a pickup artist fucking thing. Men don't do that. That's a pickup artist thing, right? Hey, smile more often. You fucking scared the shit out of me, my text. Goddamn. That's a pickup artist thing. It'll get... I'm not going to go into that. Too many tangents. It's already 23 minutes. This is hilarious. Hey, dude, chill. Hey, bro. Hey, smile a little bit. Hey, you dumb... It's like, hey, bro, chill. Okay, cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks.
Right thing. To act the right way.
Bro, not cool.
Okay, can I please call something out? And I don't normally,
Men accountable.
This is wizardry. Again, this is wizardry. I'm a nice guy. I'm not racist. I'm a melting pot of friendship. Okay?
Smile, sweetie.
Right?
Come on.
Why is it... I feel it's just personally attacked. You've got a chubby, light-skinned guy with brown hair that wears a lot of tank tops.
To say the right thing.
That's just not going to land.
To act
but
the right
it's
way.
Very funny.
Not cool.
Some already are. In ways big
Okay, so...
and small.
I am strong.
How about... A father being around... Okay, by the way, this is kind of Like, look, you think that this was an accident? They just kind of rolled the dice and said, okay, we're going to grab from... Come on, guys. Why is it that... Again, people are always like, there's all these stupid talking... Like, let's take this one step at a time. don't think it's lost on me that all the white dudes in this video are chubby, unlikable cunts, right? The bad guys, blonde, fucking what is it? Christian Bale is that him? Like in American Psycho, right? And all the heroes, just black dudes, just like that is so out of touch. Are you saying Mexicans can't be heroes? Are you saying Mexicans can't be? Mexicans have one of the strongest punches, right? Are you saying Asian people can't be heroes? You saying Middle Easterners? You saying people? My folks are from Lebanon, right? Now, my family is historically rerun from a lot of conflict, right? There's the Armenian genocide, the Lebanese civil war, but I'm going to stand my ground. You think I can't do it? You think I can? Look, again, I'm using the comedy, all right? I'm trying to milk comedy out of this situation, but don't think that it's lost on me.
But some is not enough.
Is that how we treat? It just blows my... So, let me just take this off real quick, because this is... The very fact that these men are being heroes, that's masculinity, dumb shit. That's masculinity. You think Will Wheaton's going to do anything like that? No, he's going to lie about if he did see something like that for real happening, he's going to talk about it on Twitter, right? See, real men, masculinity, you get involved, you tell them, you keep making these mistakes, they're going to grow, and you're going to really fuck things up. You know what gamma males, you know what the Will Wheatons do? They wait about maybe a couple weeks, and then just complain about it on Twitter, and try to get the person doxxed. Ruin their life. So you have kids. Kids do stupid fucking shit, right? We're not gonna ruin their lives over it, right? I'm not, because a real man doesn't ruin your life. A real man has convictions that a boy can change. Being a boy means making mistakes. That's what being a man means. You make mistakes. You don't make them anymore, because the mistakes you make as a boy, if made as a man, have dire fucking consequences. Anyways,
Each other, okay?
quit hitting each other.
Because the boys watching today will be the men of tomorrow.
You got a boy of every demographic. Sadly, not an Armenian. Why the hell? What you got against Armenians, right? I'm kidding. Like a lot of tongue in cheek. I apologize if you're taking this as sarcasm. It's kind of just tongue in cheek, and I don't like sarcasm. I'm not trying to be, I guess it's that toxic masculinity. I feel that would be kind of sarcasm, right? But if I do, again, feel free to dislike the video. There's probably more to dislike about this vlog than there is to like. I understand. Anyways, no, but to be perfectly, it's just they don't know their narrative. They don't know their narrative, or maybe they do, they don't have a narrative. Let's just keep going. So, you gotta choose one, Gillette. You gotta choose one, okay? Is masculinity toxic, or is it not? Right? Men need to hold each other accountable. That's what masculinity is. That's kind of what war is, right? Isn't that what? Oh, not exactly. War is more just kind of like this shadowy organization wants to move money here, so let's just send all the fighting age men to just die to move that money this way, right? There's a lot of these poppy fields in Afghanistan we could really use for this heroin epidemic we're working on. But I'm just saying, it's like these people don't give a fuck about the narrative. There's no consistency, right? Right? At least somebody, again, my best friend, if he wrote something like this, he'd be like, we need to do away with discerning masculinity and femininity. We need to tell men to be more, men who think that because they're masculine, they ought to not be sensitive or emotional. We ought to let them be that, and then the vice versa for women. They ought to be strong and stand their ground, right? At least I can, I can talk to this guy, my best friend, very sharp guy, and actually very sensible for a Machiavellian metropolitan type. He's not really, but for a leftist, okay. But they don't even have a narrative. It's just we want your men to we're just gonna wag our fingers at your men. We're just gonna wag our fingers at them. You're just a bad human being. Oh fuck! Well, I want to be a hero. If I ever saw anybody getting hurt, I'd totally step in and help them out. That's not good enough. That's toxic masculinity. Well, what do you want? We want your money. We want your money. Okay? We want you to not vote. We want you to not have convictions. We want you to not have a God. We don't want, the only icons we want you to have are Gillette, Coca-Cola, and McDonald's. Fucking, Carl's Jr. does the complete opposite with their, their big jiggly titty fucking commercials, right? They prey on the man's lust for a woman, right? They skew it. They use wizardry to skew it, right? Fucking women in a retarded outfit, a non-functioning retarded outfit. I never understood high heels. They're fucking stupid, okay? Anyways, if you've taken even a weak lesson in martial arts, you wouldn't wear fucking high heels. I'm just saying. It doesn't matter the formality. And if the people are saying you need to wear high heels, can I wear flats? Can I wear something? I'm not going to wear sneakers. Wear something formal, right? But don't wear high heels because it doesn't function. It's not functional, right? I mean, if you want to, go ahead. I'm just saying, don't feel pressured to. Ladies out there. Where was I going with this? Again, too much comedy, too much humor, too much, again. Feel free to dislike the video. Keep an eye out. 30 minutes. We're going to wrap this up. They don't understand. So anyways, Carl's Jr. does the same thing with their commercials, right? They skew, they use wizardry, and they just want you to feel. I hate this. This is just weird, and I don't want to just say boomer mindset because there's a lot of shitty, people who do this. Men. I mean, I'm going to use this specifically for men, where it's like you see all these hot women on the commercial. Man, why did I fucking settle for this lady? Why did I settle for this? Like, no, you didn't. And then you're gonna get a fucking hamburger because that's the second best thing. Anyways, it's just there's plenty of things to rip apart. It doesn't have to be a left-right issue. There is it really is. It all boils down to we're not talking left versus right. We're not talking Democrat. Okay, this is tiny brain, right? Democrat versus Republican. If you think the dialectic is like that, that's how tiny your brain is, right? If you think it's left and right, it's kind of bigger. You're doing a little bit of research, but you're still stuck in the Ben Shapiro wrecked compilations, right? And then when you start to realize, it's like a communist versus capitalist thing. I mean, you're really still that small, but it's kind of getting there. But then now, okay, all right, nationalist versus globalist. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay, it isn't until you've reached, right, false icons and the true icon. That's the true dialectic going on. The true war going on is the true icon that is God being encroached by false icons. It doesn't matter. Look, it doesn't matter if you're an atheist, right? Do you want society's God to be Gillette, McDonald's, and fucking Carl's Jr.? Do you want that to be? No, you wouldn't, because you don't want society to have a God, or you want people to have their choices, right? But let's be honest. What society would you rather live in? Now, it's kind of vague because, I mean, a society who, believes the icon is God, the true icon, right, who believes in the true icon, that could mean a caliphate state. That could mean, a theocratic, we're going to kill, they think that wearing a pink, having a shade of pink on your shirt is degeneracy and you get your nuts chopped off. But I'm just saying, would you rather, again, it's just, this is not good for society. It doesn't matter how much, I think even a good faith arguing feminist will look at this and say this is trash, right? You could even agree with all the things it's saying and still think that this is trash. Because again, the war that's being fought is not left, right. It's just the true icon and a false icon. And I hope that you will all come to agree with me in the future. 33 minutes and 35 seconds. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed. I apologize in advance for any audio shit and all the tangents. Goodness gracious. A 1.5, almost 2-minute video of 30 minutes. Please feel free to dislike. Again, seriously. Good night, guys. Hope you enjoyed.